Okay, welcome back to part 2 of this video. In this video, I would kind of briefly explain studio art and its different sections, well, specifically the drawing section, because that's what I did. Because there's 3D, 2D, and drawing, and I did the drawing portfolio. So I'll be briefly going over that and also showing you guys my whole portfolio. I have it right here, the quality section, and then the rest is in here. So here we go. AP Studio Art, specifically the drawing portfolio, is super labor intensive. Well, I'm sure all of them are, but there's so much drawing and you just can't imagine how much time you have to sacrifice to just stay home and finish your portfolio and just finish one piece of artwork because you have to make it by the due date. And you just... So let's just briefly talk about the drawing portfolio and what section it consists of. So all three of them, 2D, 3D, and drawing portfolio, consists of 3 sections: breadth, concentration, and quality. For breadth, you need 12 pieces, and it's mainly supposed to show your understanding in art. You can use wide a range of medium to portray different objects, different subjects, show different techniques that you are capable of doing. Show them you can draw multiple things. You don't just know how to draw flowers. You don't just know how to draw portraits, or you're not just good at one thing, but you're good at variety of things using variety of mediums. So that's breadth. And the next section is concentration. So unlike breadth, which can just be random pieces here and there, concentration is supposed to revolve around one idea. So for this category, the judges want to see if you can connect all 12 pieces into one idea, how well you can draw and explain your idea to your viewers. Well, to the judges as well. For quality, you only need 5 pieces of. So when I did my drawing portfolio, I was told that I need 29 pieces, but I think like after some phone calling and like researching, and I looked at online and other people with their portfolio, I believe you only need 24 pieces. So you'll need 12 from breadth, 12 from concentration, and they have to be distinct. And then for your quality, which you need 5 of, you can just choose these 5 among the 24, like the 12 from concentration and 12 from breadth. You can just choose 5 from there instead of doing 5 completely new pieces. So I basically kind of did like extra pieces that I didn't have to stress about. Let's just start off with breadth, because I think my breadth is like my weakest section out of the 3. So I'll show you guys my breadth first. Okay, so this is number 1. Well, let's just not go in particular order, but this is one of my breadth. It's just like, I think I named this "Give Me Some Negative Space." By the way, you don't need to have names for any of your pieces for AP Central, but I just gave all my pieces name because for like exhibits and like the art show and everything, other people think my names are weird, but I feel like names are like another way to justify your work, you know, just to explain your work a little bit. So this one, I named it "Give Me Some Negative Space." And then I just used graphite to do her face, while the rest is just in charcoal. By the way, I like to do a lot of my work in graphite, so I feel like most of my work in breadth is actually in graphite, which is not good, but I mean... So this is another one of my pieces that I actually did many years ago. Like, I think I did this in 2013, so that's like 5 years ago. I'm not even sure if that's allowed, but I didn't have enough time to finish my portfolio, so I had to use like I think I actually used like 5 pieces from like previous years so I can like have my finished portfolio, but this is one of them. So that's that. It's kind of boring. There's nothing else I can really talk to you about this one. Wow, look at these order. Another one. I actually gave this one an interesting name for such a boring drawing. I called it rock, paper, scissor. Cause get it? Cause kind of this one kind of looked like a scissor. This one's kind of like a rock, and this one's kind of like paper. I don't know. I like to name things weirdly, so I call this rock, paper, scissor, and it's another one of my drawing that I did years ago, but I had to use it because I didn't have enough time. So that's that. I swear I don't think there's any more graphic drawings. Well, I guess we're starting on a trend. They're all graphic drawings. This one, I don't know if you can see. I'll probably show you like my edited version because I don't think the camera is picking up like the actual work. But this one, I called it wolf in sheepskin because you see all these sheeps and then ta-da! Look! It's a wolf hidden in sheepskin. I thought it was kind of like a cool concept. Alright, I swear, this one is not graphic anymore. Okay. In my last video, I talked about one of the tips to help your portfolio is to have some drawings that are meant to be quick. So this is one of them. This literally took me not even 2 hours. I just took a picture of some flowers in my house, and then I just did watercolor, and then I went over it with pen to go over some detail, like just some loose detail with pen. So that's that. I kind of like this one though, although I'm not sure if other people feel the same way, but I kind of like this piece. Okay, this one though. I spent so much time doing this. This was actually one of my competition pieces that I did for a greeting card. You're supposed to design a greeting card. I'm not sure if you guys know, but the gallery collection does like a competition every year for greeting cards. So I kind of want to do like a birthday themed greeting card. So this was one of them. It's kind of like an idea. Like I left some space here for them to put happy birthday because you can't have fonts on it. So I just kind of like left them space here to put happy birthday. And it's kind of like balloons flying away. And then look at this one. Oh, poor little thing. And then there's like confetti everywhere. Like I thought it was a good idea, but I didn't win. So yeah, I feel like that piece, I didn't really want it to be in my like breath because I felt like it was a little weak and random. But since it was a color pencil drawing, I just thought to leave it there to show like wide range of medium and like stuff that I can do. So I just left it in there. Okay, this one I did like my sophomore year. Another piece of artwork where I just kind of put it in because I don't have enough time to do other pieces. This one is just watercolor, just like Black Swan, and it's like tessellation, so it kind of like fills it in, the gaps. I don't know, not very like a fan of this one, but ooh, this piece. I've never worked with linoleum block before. It was actually kind of fun, although it's a bit more time consuming than I thought it would be. So basically what it is I'll actually show you my original block. So basically this is linoleum block. It's like a sheet of something that you can just carve into, and my teacher gave me like the tools. So I don't know if you can see. So like you just carve into. So I did like a motorcycle because I thought that would be cool. And then what happened is after you carve it and you roll ink over it, and then you just put paper and then you just press the ink. So it's kind of like a stamp kind of looking thing. So I did bike, and I just focused on like here, the foreground where it has a lot more of like the whites. While the paper that I use is special rice paper, I kind of wanted like a little vintage vibe since it's such like a rusty bike or motorcycle. I don't know, I think the overall looks kind of cool. I like this one a lot actually. It was like kind of like a last minute thing. Obviously for breath you want like wider range of medium, and this I felt it was like, you know, something cool to have in my portfolio. And then this was also for another competition that I did. This one actually did win, so I am kind of glad. Although it didn't win the gallery collection one because that one has money. But anyways, winning is winning. So this one I did for a greeting card. It's Christmas winter theme, just like an ornament. I did it in color pencil and some acrylic here to draw the snow. So that's that. And then this piece, once again, I did like when I was a sophomore. I'm not super happy about this one once again because I don't have enough time. That's why I had to use this piece. Actually, like, I think I can't show you guys directly like this because of the light. So I think this way shows more of like the actual color. But it's just one of the pieces that I did when I was in color and design. It's alright. Just kind of had to fill it in for my portfolio. And then I think this is my last piece. For my breath section, I did a video, like a time lapse for this piece. I don't know if you can tell, actually, like even my teacher kind of couldn't tell what I was drawing, but maybe I'll leave it to you guys to guess what I drew. I feel like it's not bad. Like I have some friends who were able to guess what it was before I gave them like any hints or anything, but I guess I'll give you guys a hint. It's from a perspective. You gotta look at it from a perspective, and you definitely have seen this in your life. So leave it in the comment section down below if you can tell what it is. Okay, so now that was breath, and I think it's time to go into concentration. I found the documents of my concentration statement, and I will just read it to you guys before I show you guys any of the pieces. So, my concentration is about exploring emotions through a series of self-portraits. My goal was to depict different facial expressions that reveal certain emotions that everyone experiences in their lives. I chose a variety of media because I wanted to take advantage of their individual uniqueness. This allowed me to use different techniques such as mark making to build up texture. By doing so, I hope to strengthen the distinct feelings I try to convey in my concentration. So that was my concentration statement. It's actually a lot harder to write it. I have trouble writing. I just don't like writing. So I basically just forced my friend to like edit it for me, and he did like such a good job. Having a strong concentration statement will definitely help your portfolio, in my opinion, because it helps to justify your pieces, and when the justification is right, the judges will feel like you did a better job drawing them, you know? So I guess the first piece, I have it right here. I called it Smirk. I don't know, I kind of got a smirk there, so that was my emotion that I was trying to portray. This piece is actually kind of interesting in my opinion because I've never done something like this before. It's actually just a black piece of paper, and I kind of like stitch it up with thread. I thought this like kind of like a simple 2D design looking thing. It's kind of cool. And then the next piece, I named it Sour because don't I look like I'm in kind of like a sour mood? Like, don't you just feel like it's so sour? I used oil pastel to do this piece. Doesn't it look like me? I feel like it looked like me. Like this piece, I'm not really like in love with this piece. It's like very calm. This is one of the pieces I kind of just spent 2 to 3 hours on, and it's done. I have this piece. I also did like a video on this. It's kind of like a cartoony comics looking drawing of me being like annoyed. Yeah, this was me being annoyed. I used acrylic and Sharpie. So that's what I used for this piece. I'm not really like in love with this piece. Actually am like super embarrassed of this piece, but I was out of time and I had to like do something really quick, so I just used watercolor and ink. Ooh, I like this piece. I used color pencil to portray like the illusion of dizziness, kind of. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know, don't you just get like dizzy and dizzier the more you like look at this image? This piece, I kind of talked about before. Literally took me like an hour or so and I was done with. This was what I was talking about, just having something that's kind of quick. That's that. Not too bad. It's the first time me trying doing like dripping ink art, so I'm not really like a fan of this either, but I named this Contagious. It's me yawning, and my goal of this was when people look at this, I hope they can yawn, but I think I'm kind of like immune to this right now. This piece, it's a little bit dirty. I don't know what happened, but I named it, what did I name it? I forgot. Oh, I named it I Win If You Laugh because it's such a like a bright piece. I use very positive color towards the warmer side, and I use a little bit of the blue and the purple to give a contrast with the orange and the yellow and the green. I used oil paint for this one, so I feel like I used more variety of medium for my concentration than my breadth. I did a video on this already. I'm sure most of the pieces that I like, I already did a video. It's so weird seeing it from like the other angle, from like the camera. But this was Tribophobia. I don't know if you can tell, but if you look at the details, like it gets my friends like all cringed up because they just don't like, it's like disturbing to them. But for me, I'm kind of like, I feel like this one is not even that bad. Like if you Google Tribophobia online, like you'll see a lot more pictures that will make you more ugh. I have one more piece for my concentration, but I will show you guys that later. But this for now is the last piece. I mean, you guys saw a video, a time lapse of me drawing this piece already. It's just me being really bored. I used a lot of the cooler grays to portray that. It was so hard to like build up the pigment on black paper, but I think my Prismacolor did like a great job. And now I will show you guys the quality section that I submitted. So I wasn't in the US when the package arrived, but I suppose that they will mail your portfolio back to you mid-July. I think I called back to check if my family received the package like towards like the first 2 weeks of July, and they say they didn't receive it. So I'm gonna assume like they got it like the end of July, because when I was back I already have it in my room. So this is kind of like the box that it came in. You basically just pay $94 for this envelope. So well, I think next year will be like what, 95, because it goes up like $1 every year. So the first piece I have, oh, by the way, they are like really strict on the way that they want to see your drawing. Like they all have to be facing the same direction, away from the scoring sheet or whatever, and then they all have to have a cover sheet, and the back has to be covered as well. No names, no code, no signature. Yeah, just make sure you follow those guidelines. So this was one of my pieces. Oh, actually, okay, so this was the piece that I actually had to do the morning of the portfolio that's due. This was also my first video on YouTube, so nostalgic. This piece was actually supposed to be like this big, but when I was drawing it, I just felt it was so unrealistic and I could not finish it on time. Every hour I'm like, all right, let me just crop it like half an inch, like from the top and the bottom, and then like by the end of the night, like it was already like this small, and I was just kind of like, I think this is a lot more manageable. So my second piece, oh, this was one of my earlier drawing that I did in the beginning of the school year. It's kind of like a life study of like a staircase. I think I'll show you guys a better picture if I can find one. So this is the third piece that I did. I wonder what this is. Oh my gosh. This also saved my life. Oh, I did this also like 5 years ago. I'm not even like sure if that's like legal or anything, but like I am like super proud of this piece. So I put it in my quality section. I thought having this, something like, they love like life studies. They love still lifes. So I think having a still life in your quality section can help. I think just because not a lot of people do them anymore, so maybe that's why they like them so much. I used charcoal, I believe. I really like this drawing. Like it's very like spacey and like visual, and you can see like the lines. I think I call this just planes, because like lines, planes. The next piece I have is this. Okay. I don't know where to start with this. This is me trapped in like a propane glass bottle thing. Like my head is stuck there and there's water rising. This is supposed to make you feel suffocated. This originally was supposed to be in my in my concentration, but because my teacher said you can use one piece for both concentration and quality, I think I chose this one to be in both concentration and quality. So I did 28 pieces instead of 29, but I think the real deal is you can just do 24 pieces. 12 from concentration, 12 for breadth, and then choose 5 among those to make it your quality. I mean, you don't have to. If you have pieces that you rather use as your quality, like for sure do that. But yeah, I was super proud of this piece until this drawing happened. I love this drawing. This is my absolutely favorite piece out of them all. It's called Frustration, and I'm sure if you guys watched my other videos in my channel, this was another time lapse that I did. It's my best work. Like, it really is my best work, and I am super proud of this piece. Doesn't it look like broccoli to you? I feel like this one, the shape of like my hair and like my face, I feel like I look like a broccoli. So yeah, I think that is it for today's video, and I hope you guys find this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos, and please just leave it in the comment section down below if you have more tips or any suggestions for my next coming video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, take that out. Let me just not do that. I do the dab too much. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.